Welcome to Taaeen Talks, the podcast where lifelong learning meets inspiring conversations. I'm your host, Sukaina Kamal. Today, we have Salih Khalaf joining us to talk about building resilient HR strategies. Sally, welcome to today in our podcast. And I want you to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your experience in HR.
Hi, Sukaina. Thank you so much for today. And yes, I'm Sally Khalaf. I'm the HR consultant here in Taaeen. I have more than 12 years experience in different areas. I'm also a corporate trainer and NLP coach and also hypnosis practitioner.
Wow. Welcome, Sally. Let's dive into our topic today, and let's introduce the topic of the resilient HR strategies. What does the resilient HR strategy mean, and why is it essential for organizations?
Of course, it's essential because this is how we make sure if we have resilient HR framework or management, this is how we make sure that our company is strong in facing any changes, any unforeseen circumstances. That means the flexibility and the adaptability of this human resources management in dealing with those changes, rapid changes happening around us in the world. Let me give you an example. For example, COVID-19 pandemic, okay? During this pandemic, we saw some companies adapted so quick to this pandemic, and they directly managed their operations and their business continuity. On the other hand, some other companies they really struggled in continue developing their businesses or continue working on their operations. The difference here is the resilience in their HR. For example, Zoom. Zoom directly expanded their operations and their platforms and continued working on with so many people without any real hassle or any real challenges. Microsoft, as well, on the other hand, they worked on employee well-being initiatives quickly, and because their people are adapting quickly as well, because there is a culture. The culture is a very big part of the resilience of any HR. If we have a great culture, that means our employees are adapted to our values, our vision, and what do we want to do. It's easier for us to directly adapt to any changes if we have this culture. But there are core elements, Sukaina. There are core elements that we need to have if we want to have HR resilience. For example, the culture itself. What culture do we have? Are our employees aligned to our values, our mission, our vision in the company? Do we have the good technology in the company ready for anything? Are we focusing on the employee well-being as well? The learning and development platforms, do we have an e-learning system? The leadership. The leadership is a very, very important core element that we need to focus on. Do we have great leaders who are aligned with the HR, with the policies, with the culture, with the framework that we have? In this case, if we have those elements, we can say we have a good HR resilience.
Yes, and this will lead me to my next question, which is about the role of continuous learning and development, and how this help the company with building the HR resilience.
Of course,
Mhm.
our people, we always say, they are the most important asset we have in the company. So when our people are ready, they are aligned, they are educated, so they have the knowledge, they are aware of what technologies we have. They are ready because that's what we promote on the first day of any new joiner, the culture that we have. That's what we always promote. So if they are aligned with our values, it's easy to adapt them to any quick change. But imagine we have employees who are very far away from our values, very far away from our culture. Can you imagine? And we don't do any learning and development. There is no continuous practicing on the policies, the culture, the learning systems that we have. Do you imagine that those people would quickly respond to those circumstances, or it would take longer time for them to adapt?
Of course, it will take longer time. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, Sally, this leads me to another question, which is how do you think HR departments can stay agile?
Okay, great question. Uh, we need to make sure, any organization actually, need to make sure that they are aware of all the new industry trends. Where is the world going in terms of their business, and where is the world in general going? If you have this information, if you keep an eye, that's number one thing I would say you need to do. Then moving forward with this information you have about what technology do we have? Do we have the enough technology for that? Do we have the capable people? Do I have enough skills in my organization? Do I have the skills? Do I have the flexible policies? For example, flexible work schedules. Do I have this? Yes. So once I know the industry trends and the future in advance, because we need to be proactive. If you just um, stay until, for example, the action happens and you just take the reactions, you're not proactive organization, you will never be agile. So to be agile, number one, keep an eye on the industry trends and then check, see the gaps between where is the world going and what do I have in my organization. And try, once you understand the gaps, whether it's in the policies, in the knowledge, the skills of people, the technology I have, the culture that I have, I'm promoting, then in this case, we can have a great agility.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, Sally, you spoke about the COVID-19 pandemic. So this leads me to another question, which is how do you think HR leaders can prepare for the unexpected disruptions?
Okay, that's a great question because HR leaders plays the main role in the whole HR resilience thing.
True.
Number one is creating contingency plans. Do we have plan in hand ready for any, as we said, unforeseen circumstances? How flexible this plan is? And then do we have the right people? Are they trained enough on different from different departments, like we call it cross training? Do they have cross training? Do they know all responsibilities, their responsibilities and the responsibilities also in other tasks and other departments? The mental health, the well-being, this was a huge issue when in COVID-19. Lots of people, they couldn't, they were so it was, there was lots of rumors, especially in the beginning, and it impacted some people a lot, and this led to people can't do their job anymore. I was in HR and I faced so many cases that people, they can't, they're so scared, like what's going to happen with my job? I'm going to stay, going to let me go? Or some people are now, no one can fly, everything stopped,
Mhm.
so people are worried about their parents or families abroad. How ready are we as HR to deal with all this? Do we have well-being programs ready to deal with such circumstances? Are people, are our people open for any communication? This goes back to the culture.
Mhm.
If you can have an open communication with your people, that means you have a great culture. That means we have a very good HR resilience.
Okay, Sally, speaking about the HR leaders, what do you think the qualities of HR leaders that they can drive the organizational resilience?
There are very important qualities, should be in any leader actually. But speaking about HR leaders, and speaking about resilience, let's say adaptability is crucial. Communication skills, of course. Strategic thinking. Yes, a good strategic thinker. Critical thinking is very important as well for any HR leader. Um, I believe those are the main ones. Emotional intelligence as well. It's extremely important. Empathy. If you have this, you can gain people trust as a leader. And when the leader is ready, keep in mind when the leader, especially the HR leader, is ready and he has all those great traits or qualities, automatically the people would feel safe because they trust you. And when they see you managing very well and in the right direction, they will automatically feel safe. Even if you don't tell them that everything is okay, they will automatically feel safe. So those are the main qualities, and we should make sure that each HR leader have those qualities.
This is very interesting, Sally, and I want you to tell me how we can measure that.
There are so many ways we can check the feedback from employees directly, satisfaction rate, the engagement level, turnover rate as well. All this would give us an indication if we are in the right direction or not.
Yes, true. Okay, Sally, you mentioned technology in building resilience. How do you think HR tech tools improve employee engagement and navigate change?
Yes, indeed, it's extremely important, as we said in the beginning. And if we have strong platforms, for example, performance review platforms, e learning systems, any communication platform, if we have this ready, that means we're connected with our employees. We have a strong connection. We can reach them anytime we want. Sorry. During pandemic, again going to this topic, we saw that companies with very strong technology or tech tools, they had much better teamwork. The connection was stronger. They had better retention of employees. The retention rate was higher than any other company. Companies with, let's say, weak technology or tech tools, they suffered from people's resignation, higher turnover rate, disengagement. People were not responding. People cannot deal or use the technology that they have because they've never used it before. It was not part of the culture. So again, see, we always go back to the culture.
True, true. Yeah. Okay, moving to another topic, which is diversity, equity, and inclusion. What do you think the link between resilience and between inclusive workplace?
Of course, there is a huge link between resilience and inclusion and diversity. In short words, that means that people believe that their voices are heard, okay, and they are contributing, all of the employees are contributing to this company and to this company's success, to this company's growth. All employees, that would create huge impact. That means people would become more adaptable, they have a bigger trust, they have that great connection with the HR team. So any changes happens, those people would quickly adapt with us because they've been involved from the beginning in each and everything. And all of them, no matter who are they are all involved in with us from the beginning. So it's easy to adapt them so quickly.
Yes. Um, that was wonderful and very informative session. So at the end, Sally, I just want you to give us like an advice for the HR professionals.
A very quick, simple piece of advice: choose the right leaders, because the right leaders will create the right policies. Uh, Pick the right team. Keep an eye on the industry trends, as we said. See the future of everything. Where is the world going? Prepare yourself. Be proactive. Make sure the mental health of our employees is very good. Make sure that the employees are aligned with the culture and the values that we have in our company. Make sure that we have the right technology as well. Check all this. So those are the core elements. If you focus on those core elements, that means we're going to have a great HR resilience.
Of course, of course. Thank you very much, Sally. That was really, really nice conversation. And let's do that more.
Of course. Thank you so much for your time. I really, really enjoyed it. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. Thank you for tuning in to Taaeen Talks. I hope today's conversation has sparkled new ideas and inspired you on your own journey of growth. Be sure to join us next time for more enlightening discussions with experts committed to helping you live your best life. See you soon.